Deadpool, the merc with the mouth. True patriot love, Fabianisti as he writes. Rob Liefeld can't draw no feet. He gives heroes titties. Oh, Deadpool, the greatest thing from the 90s. Yeah, Canada, we're here for the merc with the mouth, the legend, the myth, Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool 3. He's here with Wolverine, I guess.
Are you forgetting? Yeah, I was about to say, are you forgetting a part of this whole thing? Like a major big part of the whole thing?
Hot take. Wolverine.
God.
I said it. He ain't no Deadpool. Welcome to CineMeal with Freddie and...
I'm Justin.
Canada. What's up, Justin?
God,
what are we
bro.
doing this week?
Well, we're talking about Deadpool Wolverine.
Yeah. Deadpool 3.
Wolverine.
Deadpool 3.
Deadpool Wolverine.
Deadpool 3.
Why? What is your problem?
Deadpool kills the Fox universe. Look, dude. All right. We're going to have a little preface here. First of all, I worked in comic shops for 7 years. I've been reading comics for... my first series was Secret Wars, first appearance Black Suit Spider-Man. Marvel Comics are awesome. Loves me some X-Men. X-Men 90s style, X-Men Evolution, love it all. I am so over Wolverine, dude. Give me a X-Men movie without Wolverine. You know the one X-Men movie we got that wasn't Wolverine and the X-Men, but was actually X-Men, was X-Men First Class. And then they're like, no, we need him. We need Hugh Jackman back, even though he's tall as... And they call Wolverine a shrimp in the comics.
Go fuck yourself.
Why are you hating,
Canada?
Bro? Why are you hating, bro?
Because I don't give a fuck about Wolverine. It's the same problem I have with Superman. There's no stakes. You know, one time in the comics, when I was reading the Civil War comics, his ass blew up. Nitro blew his ass up to nothing, atoms. But because there was one atom of his brain still, he could regenerate.
That's Wolverine, bro.
No one fucking cares.
I care.
At least
I
Deadpool's
care.
fun. God, Wolverine's such a cocksure little fucker.
Hey, you know what makes this movie great?
Deadpool
And Wolverine.
Anyways, so that's I've never been a Wolverine fan, but I was insanely excited for this movie because my two favorite superhero characters are Spider-Man and Deadpool.
Yeah. Well, I will say Deadpool is one of my favorites.
Far superior to Wolverine.
Wolverine is one of my favorites. And to have both of these characters together was amazing.
You mind putting your mask back on?
Super hard to eat while I'm wearing it.
It's super hard to eat when you're not.
And what I really loved about it, and there was a statement that I think
I love The Greatest Showman. I want to preface that I don't hate Hugh Jackman.
Okay.
But at one point in my life, I did think Danzig from The Misfits should have played Wolverine.
We'll get to that. Okay, so, no, what I really love about this movie, okay, above everything else, is they did Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, but Marvel.
Oh, shit, they did. I didn't even think of it like
Yeah,
that.
well, and I think Ryan
Who's John
Reynolds...
Candy? It's Deadpool, right?
100%, bro.
Why? Why?
I think it
Somewhere
was Ryan
Steve
Reynolds
Martin
that
just
brought
jizzed his pants that you called him Wolverine.
But I think Ryan Reynolds at some point made the statement that they were trying to that was the kind of movie that
Buddy
they
cop
would go,
road trip movie.
Yeah, and I think they nailed it. Like I think like if you put it in the lens of that of like Planes, Trains, Automobiles, I think they nailed that style like 100% and put it into a Marvel universe. It was. I loved the movie. I thought it was fantastic.
I love the movie. The one thing that I had a little bit of a problem with is kind of what you were talking about, though, was putting it in the Marvel universe. Not that I don't want them in the Marvel universe.
Why would I put it there? Kindness? Kindness?
How they did it was weird to me. So the opening, TVA, makes sense.
Yeah.
Which was funny because the people that are praising this movie, they're the same people that are bitching like, why do I have to watch all these other shows? I'm like, well, motherfucker, if you didn't know Loki, you don't know what the hell the TVA is at all.
Yeah,
but
I don't think you had to watch anything else, in my opinion.
It works, but my thing is the moment where Deadpool, spoilers, 1, 2, 3,
a lot of spoilers,
meets Happy Hogan, Jon Favreau.
Yeah.
And it literally says 616, which
Yeah.
616 is comics main timeline and movies main timeline.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, how the fuck did he get over there? And then he goes back to his timeline, and everyone in his timeline's like, oh, we're so sorry you didn't get to join the Avengers. And I'm like, well, he would have had to have like cross-dimensional. How did Vanessa know?
Well, did he use Cable's device to do that?
That's time travel, not multiverse.
But he was jumping like different universes, like in the end of the second Deadpool.
No.
That wasn't him jumping into different
That's
universes?
time, technically. Because he goes back in
Then
time.
I don't fucking know.
Yeah, that's
bro.
where I'm like, that was the part where I'm like, this logic has no, like that scene was funny as shit, but I'm like, how the fuck do they know? Like Wolverine understanding what the Avengers are made sense to me because that's another universe Wolverine, and we've already seen that the X-Men and the Avengers exist in a universe with Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
But that was the only scene, as funny as it was, where I was like, this makes no goddamn sense to me. And everyone in Deadpool's universe seems to know who the fuck the Avengers are, even though all of them are accustomed to X-Men.
That is a good point.
That's the only problem I had. But it was like such
Oh no, you're making this hard to like that part of it.
But that's it. Kind of was like, what the fuck is this?
Oh no.
Which, like I said, Deadpool breaking fourth wall makes sense, but all the other characters, I'm like,
yeah, that's true.
the fuck is this? And how did he do that? And
that
what
is a
was he?
little
What was he
problematic.
gonna do? Like, sorry, honey, I'm gonna jump portals every day to go be an Avenger, and you'll be proud of me. Fuck.
The only thing that like I didn't even notice.
That's me nitpicking. To be fair,
there was a scene that definitely, and it had nothing to do with that. Like that didn't even jump out to me, which I guess it just makes me a shitty Marvel fan. But
I mean, now to be fair, when we were in there, like we were sitting next to that, like a couple neckbeards, who literally didn't laugh at a single goddamn thing. So I'm like, and they're all like. So then, like, by meiosis, I was, like, at that part of logic, I was like, I don't like it.
Well, I will say there were a few scenes that felt a little, like, shoehorned in. Like,
such as?
Like, whenever Wolverine is talking to X-23, right?
Daphne Keane, yeah.
Yeah, that scene where he's basically doing his exposition of, like, what happened. I felt like that was a little forced.
Well, I disagree with that. And like, as someone who hasn't rewatched Logan, but I know you love Logan.
I love Logan.
That part is necessary for him to even come out and do anything.
Well, yes. I will say that the scene was necessary, but I feel like the dialogue was a little That's really, I feel like, was a little bit forced.
My bitch about that was I felt like that moment and the way they had set it up, I was hoping, especially considering how hardcore Kevin Feige loves to adhere to the comics, that they would have given us actual Old Man Logan instead of, which we had a scene where you had all the different universes. There's Old Man Logan on the porch. That was comic accurate Old Man Logan. But Logan, the movie, was supposed to be a form of Old Man Logan, but they obviously couldn't do it because they didn't have half the properties because it was Fox still. But in Old Man Logan, the comic, when Mr. Paradox and everyone at the TVA kept talking about, oh, he's the one that failed everybody.
This Wolverine let down his entire world.
I thought the real fuck you would have been if they'd gone with the comic, because in the comic, the idea is all the supervillains in one night join forces to kill all the heroes and take over. And Mysterio takes out the X-Men by tricking Wolverine into thinking that all the X-Men are villains. So Wolverine starts killing all these villains. And at the end of it, he's holding.
They explored that in it was an audiobook, right? It was
none of the movies.
None of the movies, but I think there's an audio like drama thing that's on Spotify.
I mean, maybe, but that's Old Man Logan. That's a story.
Yeah.
Like he's literally holding Jubilee dead, and Mysterio with the biggest nutsack and evil in like Marvel universe is just like, I'm Mysterio and I tricked you. You've killed all the X-Men. Goodbye. Which I was like, that would have been it. That and Mysterio's in fucking the MCU now, so we could have easily done that. That I felt like was a missed opportunity because that would have made that shit even darker.
Yeah. The thing is they were kind of vague with.
They weren't.
No, they were kind of vague with Wolverine. Like,
I don't know. I thought it was kind of lame that it was just like a bunch of humans came and killed the X-Men.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, that's it?
but the
That
thing
happens
is,
on the daily.
Yeah.
Scott's fucking making cereal and he's like, shit, a bunch of humies are coming to kill us.
Yeah.
Zap! All right, they're dead. Let's go. Back to breakfast.
Yeah, I don't know. It like
I'm on a bender, so I can't help the X-Men.
I definitely wanted more from that side of the
Yes,
story.
yes.
Because they put a lot more emphasis on Deadpool's side.
Yeah.
Obviously, yeah.
Which I was more
because
for. This is his movie.
Deadpool's, yeah. But the thing is they didn't call it Deadpool 3. They called it Deadpool and Wolverine.
Well, that's selling tickets.
Right. But if you're going to name it that, I feel like you should have a little bit more solid of a backing for the Wolverine that you're going to use.
Yeah, I mean, and to be fair, this is like, as I said, this is like the 17th fucking Hugh Jackman Wolverine movie.
Yeah,
and this is only the, technically, if you want to get nitpicky, the 4th Deadpool movie because of Wolverine Origins, where they sewed the Merc with the mouse shut.
Yeah.
Which is the stupidest fucking thing in all of humanity that's ever happened.
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Hey, it's me. Don't scratch.
That being said, like the fucking was it Backstreet Boys dance number? At the
Oh
beginning?
my gosh!
Where he literally
the
uses
opener.
fucking Wolverine's adamantium skeleton to just fuck people up.
Titles were on the bones.
Yes.
That was so cool. And then, like whenever I think he bashed somebody with the skull and it had Hugh Jackman's name on it. It was that was great. That was one of the coolest openers. It reminded me of Guardians of the Galaxy 2, I believe, the opener of Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Obviously, a lot more R-rated.
Yeah. I mean, all 3 of the Guardians movies have those opening
great
dance
openers.
numbers. Yeah,
and I feel like they definitely like hit that like spot on.
Yeah,
because it had me locked in.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a crazy way to open up.
That was the one the neckbeard next to us was like,
well, he can shove it. I don't know who you are, but you can shove it.
God damn. Let me eat my Twizzlers and enjoy the red man in peace.
God, yeah.
But yeah, so I love that segment. The whole idea of Deadpool being like unfulfilled, that's a constant in the comics.
Yeah.
Constant.
Yeah.
Especially because
I mean, and that was something that it's been a theme throughout all 3 of the movies.
This one I feel like put it home a little more. Like, okay, so I'm a huge, like I said, my favorite comic run for Deadpool was 2000s Cable and Deadpool, which was like, that was a buddy book. Fabio Nicieza, he's one of the creators of Deadpool with Rob Liefeld. Anytime Fabio Nicieza is writing Deadpool, that's perfect tone and everything, perfect dialogue, and he is able to mix comedy with like drama for Deadpool, which is what you need. There's so many comics afterward that's just comedy, and like I enjoy them to an extent, but they get annoying where I'm like, he has no soul, he has no personality.
Yeah.
Like he's in my opinion, he is one of the greatest things that Marvel has imbued in their characters. Like they're universal monsters and they have a human side.
Yeah.
This guy's also funny as shit. So that kind of style of Cable Deadpool was really prevalent in this one. More so than the last 2, I think. Which last 2 you had Tim Miller who like opened the floodgates for it. I enjoy the first Deadpool movie, but like it definitely has its fallback where it's like, oh, let's get you to the beginning and give you an origin, and it's like, it's very formulaic in that sense. And then, which I mean, you have to do, but like, we've gotten God knows how many superhero movies like that, and that one, the original Deadpool, as cool as it is, seems dated to me when I watch it now.
I still love it.
It seems like those old Fox movies.
Yeah.
Deadpool 2. Got all that shit out of the way, so you just going ham on crazy shit.
You're doing great.
This one like has that perfect tone and everything because they can just do anything and everything.
Yeah.
Ironically, as they kill the Fox universe.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about cameos.
Yeah.
The cameos in this were fucking amazing.
Well, cameos not only from like characters, but like, can we talk about like the variant Wolverines.
Oh
So you
yeah.
had each one. I think I was hitting you every time.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's this one. It's this one.
Yeah.
Because like they had the Age of Apocalypse Wolverine that was missing his hand.
Yeah.
They had my favorite is the comic accurate Wolverine, who's a little shrimp.
Dude, that
And
was so
I was like,
great.
yes!
Yeah, that was
and I was
so
like,
great.
please get Danzig to play this character. Angry little furball fuck.
No, they just CGI'd it, bro.
Yeah, I know. And then you had fucking Henry Cavill Wolverine, which
everyone knew that was coming. Yeah,
fan casting as hell.
But yeah, that was still great. It was still like
yeah.
a great moment.
My other favorite that my buddy like lost his shit on was the brown suit first appearance Wolverine.
That was
in
cool.
Incredible Hulk. And then the claws pop up and you see the Hulk in there and the Hulk beats the shit out of Deadpool, which apparently they have talked about. They're like, because of the reaction to that scene, they want to do a Wolverine Hulk movie.
That would be freaking amazing.
We're at the point now where I think we don't need big event movies all the time. We can just have a movie like that.
Yeah.
Or like Hulk versus the Thing now that we got Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the Wolvie cameos, fucking greatness. Now, you wanted to talk about your favorite cameos.
I mean, those were a lot of my favorite cameos.
Yeah, but
I mean, Gambit.
Gambit was the shit. Look. I remember back in the day when they're all like, yeah, Channing Tatum wants to play Gambit, and they're giving him his whole ass own movie, and they put that like People's Magazine cover with like the new Fantastic Four, all the X-Men characters, everybody, and I was like, I don't know about any of this, and Channing Tatum's all like, yeah, I'm actually, Cajun, so I know how to do the dialect and shit. And up to that point, the only time I'd ever respected him was 21 Jump Street.
I love 21
and
Jump
when
Street.
he was Danny McBride's bitch. And This Is the End.
Yeah.
So then, like, this movie, he walks out full 90s style Gambit.
Yes, sir.
Which we just watched him in X-Men 97.
Yeah.
Literally as the best fucking character in that show.
Yeah.
And I like, like I was like, oh my God, Mr. Tatum, are you here for me?
And the banter from fucking Deadpool about him was
he's
great.
Like, and like he's doing the whole thing. He's like, who's your dialect coach? That's so good. And then the fight scene where he's like, all the cards.
Dude.
I was like, like, dude,
so
my
cool.
fucking my stick was high.
Yeah.
Like my bow staff was at full mast, dude.
And and then him using the bow staff was freaking sick too.
I know, dude.
Like,
and he's just playing with the cards the whole time.
Yeah.
I was like, can we get more of him? Please don't let this be a one-off, Mr. Feige. Please give us more Gambit, Mr. Feige. I know you're doing the X-Men. Can we have more Gambit, Mr. Feige, with Channing Tatum? Please?
But above that, my favorite of
I know
all
exactly what you're going to say.
is Blade.
Mahershala Ali?
There's only one Blade, and
said
there's
that!
only ever gonna be one Blade, bro. That was one of the best lines in the movie, in my opinion. But
And they just gave Wesley Snipes that little bit of gray.
yeah.
He's like, I don't age.
Yeah, dude. I mean, obviously, Ryan Reynolds worked with him on Blade Trinity.
He called him back. He literally called him. That's the reason it happened.
Wait, who called who?
Ryan called fucking Wesley.
Yeah.
Because infamously, and Wesley's joked about it, like, oh, we were joking, but they kind of hated each other on Blade Trinity.
Oh, really? I didn't know
yeah,
that. I didn't know
supposedly, yeah. There's a lot of fight. Then again, that was when Wesley was.
He was kind of a dick.
He's kind of a douche. Yeah.
But hey, he was a great Blade.
Hey, man, you know what?
He is the Blade.
He had his RDJ moment. He went from evading taxes and being a dick to being our fucking hero again.
Yeah.
The biggest surprise for me, of like you picked that person, was Jennifer Garner.
Why is that the biggest surprise?
Because she has the most hated Marvel movie, Elektra.
Is that the most hated Marvel movie?
Of those movies, yeah. Of those 20th Century Fox movies, to the point where Mark Steven Johnson, who's not a great director, who made Daredevil and Ghost Rider, was even like, I disown that movie, even though it has one of my characters and one of my actresses. And I was like, I mean, I saw her pop up on screen and I was like, how can you see into my eyes like open doors?
Oh my God.
I mean,
I
she
thought it
was
cool.
badass.
I thought it was cool because it was a character that we haven't seen in a while. Or like,
I mean, we have a better Elektra on Netflix now.
Is there? Wait, what?
Yeah, on the Daredevil show, dude.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, the whole thing was this was bringing back. This is
The
all
Fox ones, yeah.
Yeah, this was all just trying to like. There was a lot of fan service of this thing. I will say there's a lot of other characters that they could have brought.
Yeah, I mean,
I was hoping Storm. Personally,
they mentioned. I mean, Gambit's like the Punisher, the Quicksilver, the Daredevil.
Yeah,
they all dead. Yeah. And I was like, God damn! And Blade's even like got a rocket launcher, and Deadpool's like, where'd you get a rocket launcher? I got it from the Punisher, and he's like, which one? Thomas Jane? Yeah. Which I would have killed to see Thomas Jane come back,
bro. Yeah.
So I wanna put out a theory here, because my other favorite cameo, and I did a rewatch of these movies because of that cameo, was Chris Evans.
Bro, yeah.
He jumps down the entire time. Deadpool thinks it's Captain America.
Yeah,
the entire time.
If you're paying attention, you can see the suit though.
The Cap suit. You can see Cap.
No.
You can see Cap clothes underneath.
No, dude.
No, yeah, I'm serious, dude. When you look at his arms, he's got the
It
red.
was blue.
It's red, white, and blue. I'm positive. You go watch it.
We're gonna rewatch
No,
this.
yeah,
We're gonna...
it's tattered red, white, and blue. That's why that was the first part where you're like, the fuck, and then he does flame on, and it's Johnny Storm, Chris Evans. Now, I love that. Made me rewatch Fantastic Four movies. First one's still a piece of shit. The second one, I've never been more mad at a movie seeing it in theaters than when Galactus was a fucking cloud.
Yeah.
But
I love the Silver Surfer.
The Silver Surfer is great, and the family dynamic of the Fantastic Four is perfect in the second movie. That being said, Doctor Doom is still god awful, and the action scenes are terrible, and the CGI is atrocious.
Yeah.
But Chris Evans is pretty great.
Yeah.
Now, we have heard of our casting of Doctor Doom over the weekend for Comic-Con.
We have in fact. It's very interesting.
A lot of people are like, Robert Downey Jr. is both Iron Man and Victor Von Doom.
I really want to know how they're going to play that.
But here's the thing. There's a precedent set now. Because Deadpool recognizes Chris Evans as Captain America, Steve Rogers, but also then saw him as Human Torch.
Yeah.
So that multiversal thing isn't just, oh, this actor has to be related to this character in some way. You can just have multiple actors.
Yeah, but I feel like that, I don't know.
My thing is, I don't want fucking infamous Iron Man, which is Tony Stark as Doctor Doom. I want fucking Victor Von Doom.
That's my thing, is like, if we're going to have Doom, let's have Doom.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, I think RDJ can play Doom, and this president has been set. Just give him his accent, and you really only need one time you see his face, and then he melts off. Because he's got the iron mask on the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
Because the idea is Doom never has a face anymore because it's melted to his fucking mask. I love that in Deadpool, but it also gives me hope for the future of Victor Von Doom.
Yeah, I just hope they play it right.
No, yeah, for sure.
That's the thing is like, because it's cool to see him come back because, to be honest, he's a great actor.
He's the guy.
He's the one who kind of helped make this whole fucking thing happen.
Like I go British and you go redneck.
Yeah.
Okay, so cameos and badass shit like that aside, in-universe stuff, let's talk about the movie proper itself. How do you feel about beginning, middle, end, how it went? What do you feel about the structure of it? The one thing I want to put out there that I want to know from you, so you got Tim Miller, who mostly is CGI guy and works on video games, at the first Deadpool. David Leitch, who did our movie The Fall Guy.
The Fall
Guy. And he also did Bullet Train. He did Deadpool 2. We've had Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick work on all three movies, and they are infamous for creating Zombieland. At one point, this movie was rewritten by some Bob's Burgers writers. I recently checked, and their names are not on there anymore.
Okay.
But the two names that are on the writing credits are Zeb Wells, who is one of the creators of Robot Chicken, and is so ensconced in nerddom that I have been reading his shit since Wizard Magazine with Twisted Toy Fair Theater, back when it was not cool to be a nerd.
Everything you just said was gibberish to me.
I mean, there's got to be some old people out there that really...
I would just... That went right over my head.
Twisted Toy Fair Theater is where Robot Chicken came from.
Okay.
It was like a comic version of it, and then he got together with Seth Green, and they made Robot Chicken. So he's a big-time comic guy. He also worked on an episode 2 of She-Hulk, I believe. And then, of course, this movie, being as hardcore R-rated as it is, ironically directed by Night at the Museum and Real Steel's Sean Levy, who also co-wrote the movie and I believe met Ryan Reynolds making that Netflix movie, The Adam Project.
Yeah.
Also a very Amblin style movie. I have, to my knowledge, don't know fuck all that Sean Levy has done with an R rating. And all I know is he's a huge nerd who has two passions where he wanted to do this movie and he wants to do a Star Wars movie. And if they let him back in the Marvel universe, he wants to do a Deadpool Spidey movie. So with that being said, what do you think about this movie as a whole being a Sean Levy movie?
See, I didn't know he was going to be directing it until I started seeing them do like press releases and stuff. I wasn't 100% sure when I saw that he was going to be directing it. That kind of gave me a little bit of doubt, but I'm like, in the end, this is still like Ryan Reynolds' passion project.
Well, and Ryan Reynolds co-wrote it too.
Yeah.
That's why one of the reasons he was not, I believe, was not allowed to ad-lib on the movie during the writer's strike when they were shooting, because that would count as a writing credit for him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So,
oh, wow. I didn't even know that.
When the actors went on strike, is I believe when it all shut down. But before that, they had gotten like a month or two. And in that month or two during the writer's strike, he was not allowed to ad-lib.
I don't know. As a whole, I think I love the movie, right? I think the opening definitely was a little light, like as far as like cohesiveness. But once we got into the second act, other than that, like that one scene I brought up with X-23 and Wolverine, but other than that, I thought it flowed great.
Honestly, man, I disagree on that balance.
Oh,
only in the
shit.
sense.
Oh shit!
Only in the sense, like I think that Daphne Keane, Hugh Jackman scene works better than Jon Favreau and Wade. Because I understand to an extent.
Yeah.
To an extent, you needed that scene for him to be like, I'm bummed I didn't join the Avengers.
But there are other ways that could have been.
Yeah, it
done.
just like it felt like it kind of stopped the movie for a minute.
Yeah.
Like I loved it in the sense that it was funny and jokey and shit. But like I said, it's weird. It didn't make sense to me because it felt like it went from like holy shit to let's stop real quick and do this joke.
Yeah.
But like I can't say that I'm a better filmmaker and that I would come up with something better, because I do like the idea of him predicating his self-worth and his ability to be in this relationship to be basically in a team relationship because he can't play well with others.
Yeah.
It just didn't make sense to me. I don't know why it bothered me so much.
Yeah.
Because like I'm usually the guy.
What do you think would have been a better?
I just said I don't know.
Yeah, but
dog.
like I mean, like comic book wise, like if they would have like actually stuck to. Well, I don't know. This is hard because we're molding two universes together.
Well, okay, here's the thing though, is like he already has that moment when Mr. Paradox takes him to the TVA and shows him the Marvel universe.
That's true,
And he's all like, oh, I can be an Avenger. Like, because he's already breaking fourth wall so much that he'll know the Avengers.
Yeah.
But like that.
So that wasn't necessarily needed.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's a pretty long movie and I enjoy all of it. Like, I enjoyed the Jon Favreau scene with him. It's just like, it didn't make sense to me. Like, my problem is I'm a huge fucking like geek, and most of the time the outside world is gonna be like, well, this doesn't make sense. Why did that happen there? Why did that be like that? Like, I mean, shit, dude, I get shit on so much for liking 50% of the Acolyte. I've been told I'm not a Star Wars fan.
I love the whole show.
I like a lot of it, but like when you're that big of a fan, you're always trying to find things to connect.
Yeah.
To like make stuff make sense. And if you know enough of the lore, you can make it connect in your head and you're like, oh, okay, that's cool. This one, I just couldn't find a way to connect it. So if some douchebag came at me and was like, what the fuck is that? I'd be like, I don't know. I don't get it. Like,
yeah.
So that, I think that
if it
bothers
wasn't,
me.
so if, aside from it being connected to this giant universe of things, right?
Mm-hmm.
The giant universe of movies that have been created over the past 20 years.
Yeah. This is their 34th film.
So crazy.
I was
As
there for day one,
standalone,
Gandalf.
how do you feel about the movie?
Oh, it's my favorite Deadpool movie.
Same.
Like,
Same.
Like I said,
100%.
I'm not whenever I revisit the first one, I don't like it as much. I like it less and less because I feel like
It has been a while since I've watched the first one.
I feel at times it's a little like Fox generic. Like, it's got a bunch of funny like R-rated.
I mean, it was
humor and shit
the first of one of the first. Well, that and what Logan, right, were the two like big R-rated films.
Well, I mean, technically Blade.
True that.
Yeah.
But can't forget Blade, bro.
My other thing, and this is like a small nitpick. Peter's great. Peter.
Oh, God, dude.
When we haven't even gotten to the point where all the Deadpools pop out and they're all like, because Cassandra Nova, which got to give a shout out to Emma Corrin, who's mostly on television work from what I've seen. So she stepped up into being Professor Xavier's evil fucked up twin. Who literally fingered through your face and shit like that.
It freaked me out every time.
So apparently she had prosthetic fingers.
Oh.
So like it's CGI, but she would also be like, she was great as a villain, dude. She's scary as fuck. And her movements were fucking on point. Like I said, my favorite run of Deadpool is Cable Deadpool, which that is very much a buddy comedy thing. And at that time in comics, Cable was doing so much crazy shit with the X-Men that near the end of that run, I want to say the last 15 to 20 issues, it would literally be the front of the cover would say Cable Deadpool. It would X out Cable and it would have someone else's name. So one week it's like Brother Voodoo and Deadpool, Doctor Strange and Deadpool, Hit Monkey and Deadpool. And you're like, oh boy, like this is fucking great. So I loved reading those, and in those comics, two main family characters with Deadpool were Bob, Agent of Hydra, who he has a cameo in the first Deadpool.
Bob?
Wait.
Oh my God, I haven't seen you since
Jacksonville.
TGI Fridays.
And Weasel, TJ Miller's character, which of course, Homeboy's canceled, can't. But Weasel's also a lot different in the comics, so he could have gotten an MCU version.
Yeah.
I really like the family that Deadpool has in those comics.
Yeah.
Peter, I think, for me as a comic fan, I know I'll never get this because trying to get the movie fans that love Peter and Deadpool too.
Peter.
I got you, buddy. Man, you're gonna be fine.
You got this, big guy.
I think Peter would have been dope if Peter was Bob, Agent of Hydra. And that would have been funny.
That would have
as
been
shit.
interesting.
But like they never played Bob up again. So and that's just me nitpicking as a comic fan. Peter's great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody loves Peter.
Everybody loves. Literally,
Everybody loves Peter.
Saved the whole fucking universe because all the Deadpools, even Kidpool was like, "Holy shit, it's Peter!" I'm like, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Peter Pool, dude.
Dude. That,
And Matthew McConaughey doing a voiceover.
Dude, that scene was.
We
just
all know
awesome.
it's Blake Lively.
Yeah, we all know.
Stop acting like it's not Blake Lively.
Yeah.
We know Lady
She's in the
Blake Lively.
credits.
Yeah,
She's in the credits.
it's there.
Yeah, that whole scene was crazy. It was just cool. It was
Yeah.
seeing all the different versions of
Headpool.
Deadpool. Yeah, just.
I mean,
really
I
cool.
read the Deadpool core.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I also read Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe. So like that's essentially you take those two books and mash them together with Cable Deadpool. That's the Wolverine Deadpool.
Yeah,
that's the movie.
What was the guy? The Deadpool that couldn't heal. What was his name?
Oh,
Pretty
handsome
Pool or
pool.
Handsome
Oh, nice pool.
Nice pool. It was
And he
so
goes,
sad but
I
hilarious.
can do this too. The proposal. Is that what you think I fucking do?
yeah, that was a great moment. And then like him using him as a fucking
shield.
human shield,
Yeah.
and then getting behind the car and he's like, why aren't you healing? He's like,
He's like spin up a healing factor.
Yeah.
I was like, God
And then
damn.
just uses him again.
God damn.
Yeah,
then-
that was a crazy scene. Also, like,
Dog pool. Which is a real dog.
Yeah.
That fucking, it was voted like England's ugliest dog or something like that.
It's
And
England
Ryan
or-
Reynolds was like, love it first sight.
Yeah. No, and apparently there was like a behind the scenes where he like broke character because the dog was just like licking the inside of his mouth and wouldn't stop, bro. Like I'll be like,
I'm like, Hugh Jackman's disgust is real right there.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah. You know what? As much as I don't like Wolverine as a character, it was pretty dope to shut the fuck up. It was pretty dope to see him in the full costume with the cowl.
100%.
I was like, I'm so sick of this like black bootied spandex.
Yeah.
Like,
It was so cool. Yeah, like that. It was a cool moment when that happened, and then of course the ending as well.
when it was longer than I thought.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
on the internet, they're like, he wears it for like a minute. That fool's got it on for the last act.
Yeah.
And I was like, let's fucking go.
it's really like seriously like the beginning.
Madonna's
of the last
Like a
act to the
Prayer
end.
starts playing.
Yeah.
Which apparently Ryan Reynolds went to her to get the permission to.
Oh, really?
I was like, hell yeah. So, yeah, I was all about it, man. Mr. Paradox, it's all right.
Yeah,
That was
he kind of felt like a pushover character anyway.
Well,
like in general, or not pushover character, a unneeded character.
Well,
essentially.
apparently at one point it was going to be Owen Wilson's Morbius.
See, that's what I was hoping originally.
I do like that they changed it.
Why?
Because then Morbius would be a dickhead.
Oh, true. But if it's a variant of him,
I guess, yeah. And he had his happy ending.
I don't know. Like
the one thing that I was kind of disappointed with, once again, comic disappointment. Loki is the reason Deadpool breaks fourth wall because in the comics, Loki tells him he's a comic book character.
Oh, really?
So I was like, with the TVA there and everything, I was like, man, he's stuck on his little throne, so he can't come down and tell Deadpool he's a comic character.
I didn't know that. That's a cool little.
I'm a font of useless fucking knowledge from 6th grade when I got the shit beat out of me when comics weren't cool. Secret Wars.
Nice.
Yeah, dude, you didn't want to see the 8th grader reading Civil War getting the crap beat out of him. That was me.
That was a great comic book line too.
Yeah, I guess we should probably start wrapping it up.
Yeah. I mean, we've talked about this for quite a while now.
I was like, we could go on, dude. There's so much to say, but
it,
Justin, your rating of Deadpool Wolverine.
So overall, I think I'm going to give it a 4.5. Obviously, there were some things that I wish were a little bit better, but overall, it's a fun fucking movie. If you want to go have a good time at the theater, this is the movie to go watch.
Dead ass.
Like,
pulled me out of depression.
Personally, I don't think you need to have seen the other two Deadpool movies.
No.
Because they do a good job at the beginning of giving you an establishment of where this character is. Like, they don't just jump into it. I mean, they kind of do.
Yeah.
But then they give you a little bit of something.
But if you've seen like every movie ever, you're like me, you're gonna fucking every 5 seconds you're just Sabretooth, there's Pyro, there's fucking like.
But that's the thing is it's a movie that caters to not only the fans of the movie of this franchise, but like they give you enough in this to where it could be its own standalone movie.
Yeah. You know, man, I was going to give it 4 chimichangas.
Oh, shit.
But I'm going to go with you on that 4.5 route because through this conversation, you reminded me of a moment where you probably didn't notice, but I was crying in the theater. But in the mid credits, it starts showing all of the behind the scenes bloopers of every Fox movie ever made with like a really like heartstring pulling song. Yeah. And you really are saying, yeah, fuck Fox for how shitty they made these movies, but also like, fuck, dude, we spent from 1997 all the way to 2021? 22?
Yeah, with Fox?
Yeah, with Fox.
Yeah.
And like, you saw it all on the screen. Sure, you get fan 4-stick every now and then, but like, hey man, sometimes you get shit like First Class.
Hey,
and
man,
like,
I still love that original.
Alan Cumming as Nightcrawler, dude, and like all of it was there, and I was like, like I'm fucking bawling. So yeah, you know what? 4.5 chimichangas out of 5 for Deadpool Wolverine.
Hell yeah!
Not a perfect movie, but perfect for your heart.
Yeah, please go watch it.
Yeah,
like everyone else in the world right now, just go watch it.
Yeah, we don't need our help.
Yeah, like.
Anyways, that has been CineMeal for this week. I'm Freddie.
I'll be Justin.
Please like, subscribe, share,
do
all the fun shit, and we'll see you next week for the next movie.
Hell yeah. Do it.
Canada, poutine and donuts, Tim Hortons, Ryan Reynolds, and horror movies that Justin hates. Bye, everybody.
I hate. Okay, bye.
The best there is at what I do.